NBA players. Top 5 NBA players. In the NBA.
Like right now or
right now.
Or total?
Right now. Top 5. Top 5. Not positions, not like a starting 5.
I still
top 5
think
NBA players.
Nikola Jokic is still number 1. If we're talking right now, this day, Jimmy Butler's number 2. I would.
My rankings are always I nuance my rankings in terms of it changes obviously every season. Like some people,
it's fluid.
I did change because I got to demote some people.
Yeah.
Some people go up. So
I'm gonna say Nikola and Jimmy. For Nikola, just all season, but also Jimmy is now number 2 because of his playoff performances.
Okay.
I think that Joel Embiid is still the second best big in the league.
Okay, where's that work with the players though?
Listen,
where's he at?
He showed up minus game 7. He didn't show up in game 7, but he showed up every game
As much as he could.
and it was James Harden it's James Harden's fault. If I'm being completely honest with you, he's never been. Ever since he left OKC, he's not that guy in the playoffs. He's simply just not.
You know what's crazy that you say that?
Especially in closeout games, he's definitely not.
This is actually wild that he said OKC because James Harden's problems in the playoffs started on OKC in the finals against the Heat. He gagged that entire series.
Oh, my goodness.
He was missing layups, fast break layups,
terrible
shots, and no one talks. That's where his issues in the playoffs started. It started in that finals, and he never shook it.
Never got back.
But
okay, so that was 3.
You got Embiid 3. Okay.
I'm gonna put. I don't think that there's many players that are better than Luka Doncic. I mean, the way that he plays the game, yes, it's kind of ball hoggy, but that's the style of play that you have to play in order for your team to survive.
It's Luka 4. Okay.
And then I'm gonna put what I saw Devin Booker do this postseason. Yes, they lost, and it's partly because of Chris Paul not being there. It is partly because of DeAndre Ayton. But
if the Clippers are healthy, they probably lose.
If the Clippers are healthy, they probably do lose the series. That's fine. I understand that. But they're never healthy. So
that's a fair statement.
The way I saw Devin Booker average 40 on 70%, 80% shooting, that was outrageous. So
that was the best I've ever seen him for sure.
Jokic, Jimmy, Embiid, Doncic, and Devin Booker.
Wow,
right now, today.
Even though he didn't make the playoffs, dang, Doncic is dang.
I just don't think there's not a lot of players in the league that make it look as easy as he makes it look.
Okay, I would say Luka is a great player. I think Luka's a top 5 player. I would never argue against that. The thing with Luka, and when you compare players, I think, and I try to bring logic, it's eye test and stats. It's a mix. So that's why everyone has multiple arguments about sports. But I like to base it in some sort of logic, even though I like eye tests. When we compare players, there's play styles, right? So last year when the media was talking about Luka was better than Curry, I disagreed. And everybody was like, oh, well, Luka's stats. And I said, if you watch the game, the reason the Warriors won is because they maximized Curry's play style. Yeah. And Curry's play style is good enough to win an NBA championship with how he plays. What does that mean? So when the Warriors play, the reason why everyone's hot, everyone's feeling good, he knows how to play off ball. And everyone touches the rock. So now everyone is not only being able to touch the rock and feel good when they can get their shots off, now everyone's more locked in playing defense because everyone touches the ball. Why is that possible? Because Curry plays off ball. And if you go back to the series, every time Luka had a big half, he would have like 19, 20. Curry would have 19, 22. He'd be right with you. But then Curry would finish with like 30. Luka would like maybe 40. It would look better. But then game-wise, Pools has a big game. Wiggins has a big game. Yeah. Everyone's touching the ball. Everyone's feeling good. Everyone's locking in. Especially when Wiggins dunked on Luka, that was crazy. But now everyone's locked in. Whereas Luka having his 40, and because he's ball dominant, not everyone feels good. Not everyone's in the flow. So now it's a rigid. So even though Luka's on with his 20, his guys aren't on too with him. Yeah. So now it's like, oh, well, everyone's failing Luka, and it's like, nah, bro. It's because Curry's play style wins better than his play style, Luka's play style currently. Right. So for me, if I'm giving my top 5, I would say I thought Stephen Curry earned the title of best player in the world last year.
Mm-hmm.
I think the reason why I really like Curry, not the Warriors, I like Curry a lot, is because I feel as many people don't want to admit that a 6'3" person could be the best player in the world.
Facts.
And the media hate on him. It was fast. He beats Luka in the Mavericks and they're like, oh, well, Luka's still better than him. I'm like, all right, bro. Oh, well, they'll get blown out by the Celtics. I think it was game 3. He took down the Celtics by himself.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, oh, well, he won the championship. So why isn't he the best? Why won't you say it? Yeah. You said it when Giannis won.
Mm-hmm.
And in Giannis's playoff series, when he won, Kyrie got hurt. And they probably lose to the Nets.
Kyrie got hurt. CP was coming off of injury.
And let's not stop there. Kevin Durant looked like the best player in the series.
Yeah, absolutely.
Eye test. And Giannis got on at the end of the game. He was like, no, Kevin Durant was the best player on the planet.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. And even though he said all that, and don't get me wrong, Giannis had a great game in the finals. He had dropped 50-piece McNugget. Mm-hmm. You gave him the title. So why didn't Curry get the title? So for me, coming into this season, I had Curry as the best player in the league. And with Giannis Antetokounmpo, I'm going to be honest, regular season-wise, this is the year Jokic won the MVP. I think his first MVP. Curry took a bunch of G League players to the playoffs by himself.
Hey,
and
I
actually
completely forgot about that.
And actually had better stats than he did his unanimous MVP year.
And he was one LeBron 3. I can't see. All I saw was 3 basket shot away.
Yes,
from advancing.
And if you've ever played basketball, everybody ran boxing one defense on him, and he still put up the same numbers.
Everybody.
He was the best player in the regular season, and even LeBron and them said it. So, like I said, I gave Curry credit for number 1, but since he lost, if we're talking about right now, he has to be demoted from the number 1 player spot. I think Jokic is number 1. I think he's showing me something that I haven't seen ever from him, and he's proven something right. So I would say Nikola Jokic 1. LeBron is old, man. LeBron is old.
You can never, ever step foot back in Los Angeles, in any county, anywhere in that city ever again.
Nah, this is like me, like my inner like Kobe fan. Like, listen, I was like,
you have not said one positive thing about the Lakers, and we've been here for.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't think they're gonna beat the Nuggets. I think it was a problem.
You let off with LeBron is old.
He is. You didn't even let me finish. First off, LeBron is old, and I think LeBron deteriorated. No one really paid attention because we were going through COVID. LeBron deteriorated in the bubble. I realized he wasn't the same player. He didn't have as much energy to do what he usually does. He had to save it more. And he saved it by taking the 40-point triple-double from Jimmy in the bubble. I think he had to take a 40-point triple-double to the face. And he had to do his thing to even keep that game. I think he ended up winning that game, but LeBron had to show up. And and after that, I was like, oh, he's a different player. He's still a top 5 player to me. So I would go 1 Yoke. For me, 2 would be Steph Curry. 3 is Jimmy Butler. 4 is LeBron. Oh, man. It's either Giannis or Luka for me, man.
Why is it not Joel?
Giannis
got beat in the first round.
Giannis did get beat in the first round. Who did they play?
The Heat.
The Sixers play in the first round? They played the Nets. I love Joel. Joel does disappear a little bit, and I give him a little credit this time. However, in that Game 6 game, I watched Embiid and Harden both kind of be afraid to go get that ball when it was like 5-6 minutes left. Yeah. And I was like, I'm giving Embiid a little credit for being injured, but I was like, wow, man. You kind of got to go out on your own shield. And Harden was scared. He was like, oh, he'll Maxey take it. And I was like, Harden, of course you go back to that. But Embiid I was a little more disappointed in. And, you know, I can't really give him credit for that. I like Embiid, but he's still not there yet. But Giannis went out too sad, man. He just went out sad. Luka didn't make it, but, yeah, Giannis went out sad. So I would give Luka 5. And my runner-up would be Giannis. Giannis would be my runner-up at 6.
Yeah. Curry's my runner-up easily.
That's fair. You know, we disagree, but it is what it is. I think big shout-out to – who's an honorable mention that's like a guy that I –
D-Book.
He's not there yet to me. Oh, my honorable mention with Kawhi. My fault. Kawhi healthy
There's
is
no way
top 5 player. No, I'm saying Kawhi Leonard healthy is a top 5 player. But he just can't stay healthy, and it's kind of weird because the status of top 5 players is there's like an aura around them. And it's interesting when he's healthy, he's that, but obviously he's not healthy. Kevin Durant. I'm a little worried about. He's deteriorating to me. It's very fascinating.
I don't think